Welcome to another episode of It Started Somewhere, the podcast where we discover the history behind the familiar. I'm your host, Shaman, and today we're exploring the history of social media. So let's journey through time to discover how we got here. Long before we were swiping, liking, or sharing, the seeds of social media were being planted in the fertile soil of technological innovation. While many trace the roots of social media to the invention of the telegraph in 1844, our story really begins in the late 60s with the emergence of ARPANET. ARPANET, the precursor to the modern internet, was a groundbreaking network that allowed computers to communicate with each other. This laid the foundation for the digital connections we now take for granted. But it wasn't until the 1970s that things really started to heat up. The 1970s and 80s saw the rapid growth of the internet, setting the stage for the social media revolution. As personal computers became more common in the 1980s and 90s, people began to explore new ways to connect online. One of the earliest forms of online social interaction was through bulletin boards, BBS. These were computer servers that allowed users to connect via telephone lines to exchange messages, share files, and play games. It was primitive by today's standards, but it was a glimpse into the future of digital social interaction. Now let's fast forward to 1997. Bill Clinton was president, the Spice Girls were dominating the charts, and a little website called 6 Degrees made its debut. 6 Degrees is widely considered the first true social media platform, and it's named after the 6 degrees of separation theory. 6 Degrees peaked at about 3.5 million users, which might not sound like much compared to today's giants, but it was groundbreaking for its time. As we enter the new millennium, social media began to explode. In 2002, Friendster launched and quickly gained popularity. It was like 6 Degrees on steroids, allowing users to share photos, videos, and messages with their networks. But the real game changer came in 2003 with the launch of MySpace. MySpace took the social media world by storm, becoming the most visited website in the United States by 2006. It introduced many features we now consider standard, like customizable profiles and the ability to embed music players. Who can forget the agony of choosing your perfect MySpace song? While MySpace was dominating, a little website called Facebook launched in 2004. Initially limited to college students, Facebook quickly expanded and eventually opened up to everyone in 2006. Its clean interface and innovative features like the news feed helped it overtake MySpace by 2008. Around the same time, other platforms that will become household names were also emerging. LinkedIn launched in 2003, focusing on professional networking. YouTube debuted in 2005, revolutionizing online video sharing. And in 2006, a little bluebird named Twitter hatched, limiting users to 140-character tweets. The launch of the iPhone in 2007 marked another turning point in social media history. Suddenly, we could access our favorite platforms anytime, anywhere. This mobile revolution paved the way for photo sharing apps like Instagram, which launched in 2010 and was acquired by Facebook for $1 billion in 2012. As we moved into the 2010s, social media continued to evolve at a breakneck pace. Snapchat introduced disappearing messages in 2011, changing the game for how we share moments. Pinterest launched the same year, becoming a hub for visual inspiration. And let's not forget about the newest kid on the block, TikTok, launched in 2016. TikTok exploded in popularity, gaining about 20 million new users per month in its early days. Its rapid rise is a testament of how quickly the social media landscape can change. Now let's take a step back and consider the profound impact social media has had on our society. It's transformed the way we communicate, share information, and even how we view ourselves and others. On the positive side, social media has made it easier than ever to stay connected with friends and family across the globe. It's given a voice to marginalized groups and facilitated social and political movements. Remember the Arab Spring or the Me Too movement? Social media played a crucial role in spreading awareness and organizing action. Social media has also revolutionized business and marketing. It's created new job opportunities from social media managers to influencers who make a living by sharing content with their followers. But it's not all likes and shares. Social media has also brought challenges. The spread of misinformation and fake news has become a more significant concern. There are also growing worries about privacy and data security, especially after scandals like Cambridge Analytica. Perhaps most concerning is the impact of social media on mental health, particularly among young people. Studies have linked excessive social media use to increased anxiety, depression, and feelings of loneliness. The constant exposure to curated, seemingly perfect lives of others can lead to unhealthy comparisons and low self-esteem. So where do we go from here? As we speak, new platforms and technology are emerging. Virtual and augmented reality are opening up new possibilities for social interaction with digital spaces. Artificial intelligence is being integrated into social media in ways we're only beginning to understand. But as social media continues to evolve, so too does our understanding of its effects. There's a growing push for more responsible use of these platforms, both by users and companies that created them. Many are calling for stronger privacy protections and measures to combat the spread of misinformation. From the early days of ARPANET to the TikTok dances of today, the history of social media is a story of rapid innovation and profound cultural change. It's a technology that has brought us closer together in many ways, while also presenting new challenges and complexities in how we relate to one another. As we look to the future, one thing is certain: social media will continue to shape our world in ways we can't yet imagine. The one question is, how will we shape it in return? And that, dear listeners, is where the story of social media stands today. It started somewhere in the labs of early computer scientists, in the dorm rooms of college students, and has grown into a force that touches nearly every aspect of our lives. This has been It Started Somewhere, and I'm Shaman, reminding you that every big thing has a beginning. Until next time, keep exploring, keep connecting, and maybe take a moment to put down your phone and connect with someone face to face. After all, that's where social media truly began, with our foundational human desire to connect with one another. I'll catch you on the next episode.